03. It's just been a little over 24 hours since a massive water main break left much of a southwest Detroit neighborhood underwater.
7 News Detroit was on scene as water flowed through the streets starting at 3 yesterday morning. The first call came in around 2, and by 4 a.m. the city realized the source was a Great Lakes Water Authority 54-inch transmission water line. The break happened in the area of Lafayette and Beard Streets, sending several feet of water gushing into the neighborhoods.
It was unbelievable. The videos, the pictures really have been hard to believe. The city says between 150 and 200 homes were impacted.
This was a failure of a Detroit-built, GLEWA-maintained water main. That's the truth, and we're going to fix it.
Now, at least 75 people needed to be rescued from their homes. Take a look at these new pictures. This is a U.S. Coast Guard crew that has helped rescue 14 people and a dog. We're going to show that picture in just a moment. And now the question is, what comes next?
Yeah, 7 News Detroit reporter Brittany Chulis is back live for us in southwest Detroit this morning at the center of where that break happened. And Brittany, you were there all yesterday morning before dawn to see the difference compared to yesterday. What's this like?
First off, Alicia, we wouldn't be standing here yesterday. Yesterday there was water, and I'll show you how high that water was. But first, I want to show you just this massive hole. You can see crews coming up to the hole that they're working on. And if you can see around them, there's even a street sign saying Beard Street, showing this massive hole taking up the entire width of Beard Street. But I want to give you a visual idea of why just one water main break caused this widespread flooding. You mentioned that pipe was 54 inches in diameter. That pipe also close to 100 years old. I'm about 5'8", so that's 16 inches shorter than me. That pipe comes up to about here, meaning it's this tall and this wide. So yesterday, if we were here on the street, that means about up to here on me would have been under that icy water, and you can still see some of that icy water freezing over, covering the ground here. Now we have shots from above. Take a look at the sprawling, widespread flooding that this water main break caused here. That water main breaking damaged up to 200 homes concentrated within the area of North Green and Beard Streets, and then from Lafayette to Lane Streets. The water filling basements, covering cars and splashing onto porches. It even brought out the Coast Guard and surrounding police departments to help rescue trapped residents. Crews rafting to rescue at least 75 people, a third of them children, and even about a dozen pets were rescued. The water knocking out power to many. One family, the Hoskins, saying they have about 5 feet of water in their basement, that water ruining their furnace, leaving them without heat.
We're going to get the stuff, that way we can get garbage bags, sanitizer, everything for in the morning, because our water has receded, so we need to start our cleanup as soon as possible.
And you can see this hole just in the middle of an entire residential area. As I said, up to 200 homes impacted. If you're one of these homes impacted, or if your car was also impacted, there are resources with the city. You can have a hotel or Ubers to get those resources. The number is right there on your screen. We also have it on WXYZ.com. Live from Southwest Detroit, I'm Brittany Chulis for 7 News Detroit this morning.
And Brittany, before we leave you, that hole you were talking about where we could see the street sign down in it, was it like a sinkhole, or have they kind of created that hole there to reach the broken water main?
That is a question we were wondering too. That's the first time we've seen that many crews out here. I was hoping to talk to somebody, but we haven't seen anybody out yet. But if you look, like you said, the street sign is in there, and it looks like the street around it is almost caving in. You can see some of the sidewalk is also buckling as well. We were also wondering if that's why some of this sludge that was up has watermarks in it, like water was going over it or flowing over it. So that's one thing we're hoping to find out today, is if this hole was created by crews or if it was like a sinkhole, because just looking at it, it looks a little sinkhole-ish to me, Alicia.
Hey, you know what? Still so many questions, and they're working hard. It's just nice to see water not gushing from that area. Brittany, thank you for that live update.
Well, as the cleanup continues in southwest Detroit, a lot of people there are choosing to stay inside of their homes. That's why community groups like Detroiters Helping Each Other are stepping in. Jessica Ramirez founded the organization 14 years ago. She tells us some of the residents are afraid to leave their homes due to deportation fears.
People have told you, I'm still not going because of concerns with maybe ICE or something else.
Yeah, I exactly what was said to me. those exact words. Nope, we're not leaving because we don't want to be carded, we don't want to be checked, we don't want to be registered, because what if we get picked up?
Ramirez is asking for people across Metro Detroit to get involved by donating non-perishable food items, clothing, shoes, blankets, air mattresses, even items for pets would help. You can find a list of drop-off sites with this story on our website at WXYZ.com. And of course, stay with us for our continuing coverage of this water main mess. We'll bring you updates on cleanup and the city's response on air and on our website at WXYZ.com.